I would talk to my sister who rows at Rutgers, like most days, and I'd just be like, I can't make the team. And she'd be like, yes, you can. And that was pretty much like the back and forth. It was just banter the whole time. My name is George Ayer. I'm a freshman on the University of Wisconsin rowing team. In high school, I played tennis. Cross-country skiing was like my main sport back in Maine. I'm from Portland, Maine, I should say that. And yeah, cross-country skiing was my main sport. That was like where I was striving to achieve in the highest caliber. That's actually why I came to this school, is for the cross-country skiing team. It's not D1, it's just club, but I was looking for a school that had good engineering and good skiing. And then my senior year, it really didn't snow, and kind of got me reconsidering my choices. And I came here, saw this opportunity, and thought I'd take it. Never rowed before. My sister got into crew in her high school career, so that's how I heard about the sport. And when I came here, I walked up to the recruiting table. Like, normally they're looking for the tall guys, like they're trying to pick people out in the crowd during SOAR, and then I had to go up to them, and I was like, oh my gosh, like they're actually insanely tall. But I talked to them, and they're just like, you can try it if you want to. Like, we're not going to stop you. We've had guys your height do it before, but it seemed very not promising. I would talk to my sister who rows at Rutgers, like most days, and I'd just be like, I can't make the team. And she'd be like, yes, you can. And that was pretty much like the back and forth. It was just banter the whole time. Well, I think those first intro meetings, there were upwards of 150 guys here for sure. Probably more. We don't really know the full number. And we had 140 who signed up to try out. And I just remember coming here the first day, and I just felt so out of place because I looked all around, and everyone was just tall. Because I think everyone, not averagely tall. I feel like average height was probably 6'6" or higher. Just insane. The tryout process, it was, I think 6 or 7 weeks long, and it worked its way down. We had a lot of guys just drop out just because it's just intense. It's funny looking back on it. The pieces we were doing, we would do a 2x5 minute piece, or we did a 4-3-2-1 for that's minutes, 4 minutes on, then 1 minute off, or 2 minutes off, then 3 minutes on, 2 minutes on, 1 minute on. And I remember saying that was the hardest thing I'd ever done in my life, and it was crazy. And we weren't even going, I remember my splits back then were just so much worse than what they are now. It's actually crazy. And just when you first get on the erg and you're in such a group setting like that that's pushing you so hard, and when you want it as bad as I wanted it, it's tough.
Yeah.
But we got down to around 50, and the day of the cut came, and we were all in this one big room, and they told me and a bunch of other guys to go into one room, and other guys to go in the other room, and I didn't know which one I was in. I mean, I was looking around and thinking, I like the crowd I'm with, but I remember we were actually separated by panes of glass. They were in the tank bay, or they were in the tank room, and we were just in the common space, and I could just see them all throwing their towels on the ground. It was I don't know, I guess I didn't really appreciate that moment in the moment as much as I feel like I should have. I was more thinking oh, great, you got it, but that definitely changed my life. It was definitely the day we got our gear. They took us into Camp Randall, and just I got the backpack, I got just a bunch of random stuff, and I don't know, I put the backpack on, and I remember one of my friends put his racing uni on, and he was like, yeah, I look good. And he was loving it. Yeah, his name's Nathan, by the way. I'm calling you out. It that day felt like that was crazy. I was like, whoa, what did I just do? Like, this is so cool. And yeah, we had, so, it felt like surreal, and then it got real quick. The on the water stuff is really hard, and it's unlike anything I've ever done before in my sports in terms of like how much of a team sport it is. Even the team sports that I've done, I mean, obviously, like my main sports are running, skiing, biking. Those are individual, but even the other team sports I've played, like baseball, soccer. I played a lot of soccer growing up. You can still have individual performances in your team sport. Like a quarterback can have an amazing game, but you just can't have those individual performances in a sport like this. Like, you have everyone. There's no telling who does what in terms of like just the race result. Like, it's all about all of you, and so there's no like. The motivation is to get everyone in your boat as like as synchronized and unified as you possibly can. And coming in as a freshman who's never rowed before, and it's tough. The team's great. I really like our head coach, Bo Hoopman, Coach Hoopman. He's a gold medal Olympian. He just seems like he's a guy you can respect, but you're not afraid of him. Our coaching staff overall is really great. The team environment, it's been interesting this year. We've had a lot of freshmen drop or get cut. So we started with 22, we're down to 15. It kind of feels like we're just like dropping off, and like it was going to be the next stone to fall. That's been interesting, but from my perspective, I'm just here, just like pushing every day. I definitely had a couple weeks though in the beginning of the winter where I haven't like contemplated quitting. In the middle of that winter season, it can kind of feel like there's like, what are you even there for? Everything's just hard. It's not fun at all then. But it gets better, and we're here for the water. The winter's just the medium where we train, get more fit. So, well, it definitely has and will change how I live my life. Like, it definitely changed what I think is hard. It makes the rest of life feel a lot easier when you come off that hour. I remember we did an hour of power, which is just an hour on the ergs all out, and after that, I remember I went straight to a chem lab for 3 hours from 5:40 to 8:40 p.m. and that might be like some of the most pain I've ever been in. And it's just like those moments, not in the chem lab, but they change what you think the word hard means, and the rest of life feels a lot easier. And I think that's like, it's good to push yourself in a lot of areas of your life so that like normal life doesn't feel so bad, and like you can like just like finding your max. Like, I think that applies to a lot of other aspects. The thing is, it's super incredibly competitive to just make it on the team even next year. So this might be my only year rowing, right? So I'll look back as like that awesome experience I got to have. That's like this opportunity that was presented with, and it's like so amazing and so difficult, but like really it also makes me appreciate the campus a lot more. Just like the lake, when I first came here, I was like, oh, the lake is so cool, and now like the lake is like where I live basically. I'm out there every day, morning and night, so that's really cool. But yeah, I think I honestly don't know, because if I make the team next year, which I'm trying. There's a lot. Everyone's trying though, so that's the goal. If I make it through my senior year, I'll probably think back on this and like, oh, how weak was he? Like, he couldn't do anything. He didn't know how to like all this stuff. I don't really know, but it's hard to say.